So I've got to a local lake this morning at first light, and I'm here for a day session, and not long after getting the first rod out, we've had a lovely starbursty mirror to start the day, and then throughout the day hopefully we'll get a few more, but I'm going to show you some of the tactics I use in the winter for getting some quick bites and lovely fish like this. Really good start. My choice of winter venues for carp fishing is quite simple really. I want to get some action. I don't have any big ambitions landing 30 and 40 pound fish in the winter. They'd be nice if they come along, but I love day fishing. I like getting bites, so it's become every winter I look for these venues that have got quite good stocks of fishing, and maybe venues that are overlooked a bit by other carp anglers, so park lakes and even some match lakes where the fish have got big, you know, and I'm talking like big doubles, 20s, and carp anglers maybe haven't switched on to. These are places I like to go to in the winter and yeah, get a few fish. So just had a little common that we've slipped straight back, and just nicked a little bag on, and we're going to get this one back on the spot quickly. So yeah, it always comes to bait in the winter. I want something instant. I'm not going to be at the venue for long, sometimes just an afternoon. So I'm looking for these high attract instant baits, which is classic winter fishing. High energy, sweet, visual come to mind. So when it comes to boilie, it'd be a bait like the Live system. I like the barrel shaped baits and 10 millers as well. Fish will still eat bigger baits in the cold, but again, it's all about speed, and I think they'll eat the smaller baits a bit quicker and increase my chances. With hook baits, they'll be boosted up, so you know, I'm struggling to probably beat a Northern Special, a pop up on its own, or I'm going to tip one of my barrel baits off with a little 8mm high attract Northern Special. So I actually came here because it's local late yesterday afternoon, and I spent 10 minutes watching the water. I was lucky to see 3 or 4 shows, and I actually applied a few scoops of that bait. When I got here this morning, to be fair, it looked a bit dead, but after casting out, they were clearly on it. Nice common, a little dark back on it. There you go. Oh, look at that. Here we go, this is the third one quickly this morning. Lovely unique fish, white belly, black top. That's why I love fishing the park lakes, because of the variety of these fish. You don't know what you're going to get. Let's have a quick look at the rigs I use and the bait I use to try and get these quick bites. Yeah, let's slip this character back. So I like to keep things simple with rigs and bait. So my PVA bag mix is very simple but highly attractive. So the base of it will be crushed up Live system, and then I will add some like feed stim powder just for a bit more potency, and then I'll finish it with some hemp oil. I like to make it the night before actually, so all of those flavours absorb into the crumb, and then when I get there I will make my bags up. I never make my bags before. I don't want the oil getting into the PVA when the water's cold. Rig wise, again, simple but nice and tidy. I actually like using a nice sinking braid, no coating, and just a knotless knot rig with like a size 7 hook, and a balanced snowman rig, and I'm a little barrel with an 8mm on top, quite a long hair, so I'll get a good hook hold, and a lead clip, and that's it. The only other rig I use is like a multi-rig if I want to blast a pop-up out, and that works as well, especially if I'm spreading a bit of bait. Oh, we'll wait. Yeah, I was just talking about my rigs, simple rigs, braided rigs, and this one's rattled off. It's only been out 5 minutes with a little high track bag mix. And yeah, straight away. A right little scamp. The other thing I like in the winter is to try and make things as easy as possible for myself. So I'm not afraid to admit I quite like fishing out of the car, or I don't want to walk miles with a barrow load of gear. So as long as I've got my little rig wallet, a bucket with some bait in, a couple of jars of high track pop-ups, and I'm fishing, I kind of keep my carp gear organised so I can go quickly, and I like that. You know, that's one thing that appeals to me about the winter fishing, rather than taking bed chairs and bivvies and a bucket of spod mix. Well, this take was a little bit slower, like the first one I had, actually on a multi-rig, just a nice bright Northern Special pop-up, and it feels a little bit better. Hard to tell, still a long way out, but yeah, proper slow take, just held up tight, coming in slowly as well. I'm just keeping the tip under the water. It just keeps the fish coming in a bit on a straighter line. That's the plan anyway. Yeah, so in the winter, it's quite a good idea to just maybe strip your gear back a bit, sort it out, scale things down, so just a little rucksack or a little carry-all, have all your essential bits in, brew kit, and go and enjoy it. Go and catch some fish, and you don't need to be camping out for days. So yeah, just coming to the end of the morning session, and landed a nice mirror. The rod that was left out then ripped off, and we've got 2 in the net, a nice common and a nice mirror. So yeah, we'll have a look at them and finish off. Here's the first part of the brace, this lovely old grey gnarly looking common, and like I said, these park lakes contain a proper variety, and it's what attracts me to them in the winter. Lovely fish. So we'll get this stunner back, and we've got a lovely scaly mirror to finish off with. So this is the finish of the morning. I think it's a 6x6 fish, a lovely upper double scaly park lake mirror. All the bites have come quite quick after casting and putting a bit of bait out. They've definitely been up for it today, but keeping it simple, high track baits, and there's fish like this to be had all winter. You don't need to do loads of time. I'm well chuffed with this one. We've had some lovely fish, a right mixture today, and it's not even lunchtime.